I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I owe it to myself to go out there and beat Michael Tyson.
You just better look out, 'cause I'm ready. I'm coming to take it.
Which I'm gonna knock him out, knock him right into Don King's lap.
That was as bad as I've ever seen Donnie Long look, but give Tyson credit. Can't get on bunch.
He's gonna hang on, or they'll stop the fight.
Every legend has a dark chapter. And for Mike Tyson, the youngest heavyweight champion in history, that chapter wasn't just about losing a fight. It was about losing control. This wasn't a defeat. This was a breakdown. A moment so explosive, so disturbing, it sent shockwaves through boxing and landed Tyson back behind bars. Because on this night, the baddest man on the planet lost more than just a match. He lost his legacy and his freedom. This is the night that sent Mike Tyson back to prison. The year was 1996. Mike Tyson had just rebuilt the myth. After being released from prison in 1995, many thought the Tyson mystique was over, that the former champ, now hardened by time and trauma, wouldn't be the same. But then came Peter McNeeley. One round, gone. Then Buster Mathis Jr., another wipeout. Then Frank Bruno, who Tyson had once battered years before, now reduced again by a renewed version of the man with the most feared fists in boxing. Tyson was the WBC heavyweight champion once more, but it wasn't quite the same. Something was off. His movement, slower. His combinations, less fluid. But the power, still terrifying. And that power was enough to set up a mega fight that boxing had wanted for nearly a decade. Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield. A man who had once been seen as Tyson's greatest threat, now finally facing him. November 9th, 1996. Tyson enters the ring as a heavy favorite. Holyfield, they said, was too old, too fragile, not the same since his heart condition. Vegas odds had Tyson to win inside 4 rounds. But what the world forgot is that Evander Holyfield is made of steel. From the opening bell, he took Tyson's best shots and walked through them. In round 1, Tyson lunged with heavy hooks. Holyfield absorbed, countered, and pushed Tyson back. It was the first time in years anyone had stood their ground like that. By round 5, Tyson was bleeding. By round 10, he was exhausted. By round 11, he was down. Holyfield didn't just beat Tyson, he broke him. And for Tyson, it was humiliation. The aura was cracked, but he wanted revenge. And the rematch was booked. June 28, 1997. This wasn't just a rematch, it was personal. Tyson came out focused but anxious. Holyfield, calm and composed, continued the same game plan. Use his head, lean into Tyson, smother the power. But Tyson was unraveling. Early in round 2, an accidental clash of heads opened a cut above Tyson's eye. He snapped. In round 3, as the two men clinched again, Tyson did the unthinkable. He bit Holyfield's ear, not once but twice. Referee Mills Lane paused the action. Confusion swept through the arena, then chaos. Tyson, pacing like an animal, shoved his corner team. Security swarmed the ring. Fans began throwing things. The fight was stopped, disqualified. Tyson was fined $3 million. His boxing license was revoked. And the image of Mike Tyson screaming, bleeding, eyes wild became one of the most infamous moments in sports history. But this wasn't the moment he went back to prison. That would come later, when the rage Tyson unleashed that night followed him outside the ring. After the ear-biting incident, Tyson tried to rebuild. He apologized. He fought again, winning a few tune-up fights. He even regained his license in 1998. But he was never the same. He was now a villain in the eyes of the media, a symbol of wasted talent. Promoters hesitated, sponsors disappeared. Then in 1998, the spiral continued. In Maryland, Tyson was involved in a road rage incident. A fender bender turned ugly. Tyson allegedly jumped out of his car, pulled the other driver from his vehicle, and punched him repeatedly. The man was hospitalized. Tyson was arrested. This time, the legal system didn't treat him like a champ. They treated him like a felon. In early 1999, Tyson pleaded no contest to assault and received a 1-year jail sentence. The court cited a history of violent behavior, the bite, the road rage, prior convictions, alleged threats. Tyson wasn't just being punished for that one night. He was being sentenced for everything. The judge said, "You are a public figure. You are a role model, but your behavior is unacceptable." Back to jail. Mike Tyson, the man who once ruled the world, was now caged again. Not for what he did in the ring, but for what boxing had awakened in him. And all of it can be traced back to that night. The night he bit a man's ear. The night the beast inside him wasn't tamed by boxing, but unleashed by it. But why did that night happen? Why did Tyson lose control? Because it wasn't just a loss. It was the most brutal, humiliating, and psychological beating of his life. Holyfield didn't just punch Tyson, he nullified him. Every time Tyson tried to load up, Holyfield smothered him. Every time Tyson stepped in, Holyfield leaned on him, frustrated him, shoved his head forward. Tyson wasn't used to being controlled, and Holyfield's stronger, smarter, mentally tougher broke him down inch by inch. By round 3 of that rematch, Tyson had snapped. He didn't want to win, he wanted revenge, and so he bit. Mike Tyson's rise was forged in trauma, from a violent childhood in Brownsville, to the death of his mentor Cus D'Amato, to prison. He carried pain into every fight, and when opponents fell, that pain made sense. But when someone stood tall like Holyfield, when someone exposed him, that pain exploded outward. That night wasn't about strategy, it was about identity. Tyson had been trained to believe he was invincible. Holyfield proved otherwise, and Tyson couldn't handle it. Tyson eventually returned, again. Fought Lennox Lewis in 2002 and was brutally stopped. Had a few more fights, but the spark was gone. That one night, June 28, 1997, haunted everything. Fans never forgot the bite. Promoters never trusted him again. And Tyson, he had to rebuild as a man, not as a fighter. That journey would take decades. If you're still watching, ask yourself this: was Tyson a victim of his own myth, or was he a warning? Drop your take in the comments. And while you're here, check out our video on the night Floyd Mayweather nearly lost it all. Linked right here. Today, Tyson is seen in a different light. Podcast host, public figure, father. But in 1997, he was a monster unraveling. And that fight, that moment, it was the turning point. It wasn't just a DQ loss. It was the end of Mike Tyson's reign of terror. It was when the most feared fighter in history feared himself. The fight didn't send him back to prison. The rage it triggered did. And that's what makes it so tragic. Because in the end, boxing didn't save Mike Tyson. It unleashed the part of him the world never understood. If you want to explore another fighter who faced disaster and still came back stronger, go watch. When Tank Davis faced disaster and still won. It's one of our most powerful breakdowns yet. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more true boxing stories. And never forget, even the most feared men can fall.